thanks ChefsTemp for sponsoring this video. This is a bluefin tuna and I will be dry aging it. First, I must prepare it. And in order to do so, the head must come off and other small preparation as it won't fit on my dry ager. But not only that, in order to have a true comparison, I'm also going to be cutting one fresh. Bluefin tunas are sprinters. They can swim up to 43 miles an hour. They are considered the king of all fish. With record-breaking prices, a single bluefin tuna has been sold for over $3 million. And Japan buys the most. This fish is built for speed. And I can tell you one thing, it is solid muscle. We'll come back to this one real shortly, as now we must prep the one for dry aging. The head, I'm going to be smoking it. If you want to see it, it will be on my Instagram. Because now that we got this one ready, the only thing left to do is to tie up some rope on the tail, put a nice big hook, and I had a real hard time with this one. Oh yeah, that was a heavy fish, but into my dry ager it goes so that it can dry age. It is time. Now that I got it completely apart, this is what we'll be using for today's taste test. The first thing that hit me was that it was not smelling fishy at all. It actually had a very pleasant smell. And the more I look at it, the better it looks. But now that we have this one ready, the next step is to go ahead and split it in individual pieces. Now just like beef, there are a few different cuts here, and I'm slicing each individual one so we can have a true experience with them. And like I said, the more I slice, the more it resembles beef, especially the belly part, which is extremely marbled. And once I was done, take a look. Here you can clearly see the most used pieces of the tuna, and it is easy to see how some are fatty than others. The leanest one of them all is called akami. This is in the mid-range and it's called Chutoro. And finally, the fattiest one of them all, otoro, which for most people is the star. Now I'll be honest with you, one of the best ways to have tuna like this is to just have it raw, with nothing else. An incredible thing that pairs well with it is this, fresh wasabi, not the stuff that you buy on a tube. And if you've never had fresh wasabi, let me tell you something. Yes, it's a little bit spicy, but it is not so bad. And that is coming from me, a guy that cannot take any spice.
Oh, my whole mouth is burning. Are you crazy? Are you on your mind? It's insane. What the
Believe me when I tell you, friends, fresh wasabi is delicious. And if you're having a special tuna, definitely pair it up with this. Because here you can take a closer look on individual pieces. They are ready to be enjoyed, and I have a feeling each piece is going to be better than the other. However, I have some other things that we must also try. And the very first one is going to be this one. It is simple to make, delicious, and something I highly recommend. I'll be using the mid-range fatty tuna for this one, also known as Chutoro. The first thing to do is to slice it in small pieces. Once that's done, throw them in a bowl, followed by daikon, some habanero, scallions, soy sauce, and mix everything well. To bring everything together, add in some spicy mayo, which is basically Japanese mayo and sriracha. Because once you have mixed everything together, go ahead and set that down on a plate, making it as pretty as possible, and serve it with some crackers. Because this is as easy as it gets, it makes no mess, and most importantly, it should be delicious. But I want to remind you of one thing. For every preparation I'm doing, one will be fresh and the other one dry aged. And for that, I headed to a very special restaurant called TAKATO. For a true comparison, I also got a fresh tuna, and Chef Taka is going to help us cut it. It is truly amazing to see a master at work. Chef Taka took this tuna apart like nothing. And most importantly, as he was taking individual slices, there was one thing that got left behind, and that was the skin, and he had a tremendous amount of fat on it. And that got me thinking, I'm about to do a dish someone has never done before. Because once Chef Taka gave me my fresh pieces, back to the studio I went. And take a look. As you can clearly see, this thing has a lot of pieces of fat left. Just by scraping it alone, alone, you can see a lot of it coming out. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna put this to good use. So I went ahead and started rendering the fat. In the end, I was left with a generous amount. Most people just discard this. Well, you're gonna see what I'm about to do with it right now. As I got the leanness cut, also known as akami, then I heated up the tuna fat into 350 degrees Fahrenheit and immediately poured it on top. Combining this lean cut with some fat, it should be delicious because as soon as I sliced it up, we only have the seared edges. So I went ahead and started plating. First these beautiful slices, followed by some tangerine, a tiny bit of microgreens to be fancy, and I finished it off with some smoked flaky salt. Because this has to be delicious, especially if you are a tuna lover like me. But there was one other thing that I had to try, especially using the most prized part of the tuna, the otoro, and that one I had to use some fire. So I went ahead and immediately got a skewer because the last thing we want is for it to get stuck on our grill. After adding it to the skewer, I made a quick sauce. Into a bowl I threw in some soy sauce, followed by mirin, some hoisin sauce, sesame oil, and some gochujang. Mix that up real good and there we have it. This will be my basting sauce to finish it up. Talking about that, I immediately went outside. I got my grill real hot and started to sear. It is extremely important to be as hot as possible as we want a nice smoky flavor, and since this thing has a tremendous amount of fat, it took no time at all to get a nice beautiful sear. And for tuna, I did not even mind the grill marks. To finish it up, I basted with that beautiful sauce because this was my final preparation. And I cannot wait to taste which one will be better, the one that was dry aged or the one that it's nice and fresh. As now I say, it is enough talking and it is time to eat, so let's do it.
Before moving forward, I want to thank today's sponsor, ChefsTemp. Today I'm showing you something that seriously levels up backyard barbecue. The ProTemp S1, ChefsTemp cutting edge smart barbecue controller. This thing is completely wireless and packs built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, so I can track my entire cook straight from my phone or even my Apple Watch. I can be inside editing my videos and still know exactly what's happening outside on my grill. Now when you add the optional Brizo fan, your regular charcoal setup instantly becomes smarter than a lot of pellet grills out there. Why? Because the ProTemp S1 doesn't just monitor temperatures, it automatically controls them. It's like cruise control for your barbecue. And they're wireless probes. No cords, no clutter, just clean, seamless grilling. It delivers live updates, pinpoint doneness tracking, and works with almost any grill style. Ceramic, offset, drum smokers, whatever you got. So if you're serious about grilling like I am and want full control, real convenience, and pro-level performance, this is the gear that gets you there. The ProTemp S1 doesn't just monitor your grill, it makes it smart. So check the link below and upgrade your barbecue setup today. Thanks ChefsTemp for sponsoring this video. Now let's get right back to it. All right, everybody, and here we got our beautiful feast, gentlemen.
Very pretty dishes today, Guga.
I'm not gonna lie, a little bit too fancy for me.
Yeah, I'm not used to seeing tartare and like, look at that presentation, bro. That colorful.
That
That's
is
pretty
fancy.
So here's the deal, the guys already know, everybody, because it's such a big event of what's going on, but you guys don't know which one is the dry age one and which one is fresh. I wanna know which one tastes better.
It's just dry aged. It's not dry aged in like wasabi or Pepto-Bismol.
No.
Or...
No. Enough talk, can we eat?
Okay, well, let's eat.
All right, let's go. We're gonna go right here. So this one is something I've never seen before. No one has ever done it, and believe me, you've never tried it because I literally seared the tuna with its own fat.
You seared tuna in tuna tallow?
Yes. Enough talking, let's give it a go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
That is so soft.
Not fishy at all.
At all.
Has such a delight saltiness in the meat. It tastes really, really good. Like these guys are saying, not fishy at all. And it kind of like reminds me of almost Wagyu, how it just melts on your tongue.
I agree with him in certain parts, but I felt more sweetness because of the tangerine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the tangerine was a little more overpowering, but you can tell the meat was very soft and tender.
That is delicious. Yes. Let's try the next one. All right, let me know. I want to know which one you guys like best. Go for it, Sebastian.
It smells a little different. Not in a bad way at all.
No?
This is just me, or does it smell like garlicky to me?
It smells amazing, everybody.
It has a stronger smell for sure.
All right, let's give it a try. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, wow.
Is that softer?
Yes.
The meat is more flavorful, so the tangerine it's not as powerful.
Yes, correct.
It's a way better combo. I choose this one hands down.
This one here, the tangerine might overpower because it's so delicate on the first one. On the second one, it's just a delicious combination of both.
I like that second version more. I feel like there's a more powerful flavor that's concentrated on the crust, specifically for me. I really like how much tender it is.
All right, so we all agree the second one was way better. All right, second one definitely won. Now let's try the second one.
This is more my style here, Guga.
This is your style. Do what you need to do. I'm not even gonna do for you. You guys do it.
I'm gonna put that on a cracker, dude.
Give me your true, honest opinion. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The thing that shocks me the most, guys, is how soft and tender that tuna is.
I like it quite a bit, and the little texture of the cracker itself, it's awesome. All right, can we dig into the next one? I wanna know. Please dig in, guys. Let's give it a try. Cheers.
Cheers.
How does it become more tender?
It feels like a puree almost.
Yes, slightly too soft.
Yeah, it's weird. It doesn't feel, you don't need to bite it to rip through the fibers. It just feels like the fibers are so tiny and so separated and so soft. Just putting it on your tongue already starts melting and disintegrating in your mouth.
I'm intrigued here. What do you guys think? Which one do you like better?
I've been tending to the second dish all the time. I don't know if that means anything, but the second dish always seems more tender, just better.
In terms of flavor, I don't feel much of a difference, but you can definitely feel the difference in the texture. I think this one is softer and I like that more. It doesn't even feel like fish, it's like a dip.
Okay, last one with the kiss of the dragon. Yes?
This sounds exciting.
All right, let's go. Please dig in. Well, give me your true, honest opinion. Cheers.
Cheers.
That is heaven, everybody. That one is at a whole nother level.
The little sweetness from the sauce, the charcoal flavor. Oh, it's so good.
This one has had the boldest flavor out of anything we've tried so far. This one is right in your face. That meat is so tender and soft with very slight fishy flavor. This is
It is, I will say that. A little more fishy compared to the others.
And obviously the fattiness. This one is the fattiest one of them all. That is amazing. I want to try the last one.
Yes.
All right, let's see. Please, dig in.
Hopefully it doesn't disappoint me.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, whoa. Yes.
That's probably one of the best bites of bluefin tuna I've had forever.
It is delicious.
Wow.
It's so tender and juicy. Now, there's a little crust, and that crust helps with the texture.
Yes. Similar to the first dish we tried, I feel like the biggest difference for me in terms of flavor is on the crust. I feel like the crust is tastier. I don't know how to say it.
So it's fair to say that the second one is a winner?
I think so. I think this is the winner.
So believe it or not, we all chose every single time the dry-aged one.
Bluefin tuna is in a world of its own. Guys, that's really good.
Huge shout out to Riviera SeaFood Club for providing the tuna for us. It was an incredible experience, and if you guys want some fish, check them out in the description down below because this tuna was on a whole nother level. And I could not finish this video without saying thank you to Chef Taka, a true master chef. Thank you for that experience. It was incredible. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. And we will see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
That's fire.